the perfect.
For me, the tortilla is primal comfort food. I've been eating them since I was a little kid, and I grew up in the eastern part of Los Angeles. I never thought I would find a tortilla that was elevated to the status of perfection, but in fact I did. I was at a street fair, Taste of the Nation. I was running by on my way from one booth to another, and I was stopped in my tracks by these tortillas. They were emblematic of flowers, and I thought to myself, John Sedlar has to be the guy that's making these tortillas, and in fact he was.
Here we have dent corn. This is not the sweet corn on the cob that we're so used to. This is from Mesoamerica. It's very large, the kernels, and we cook it in water with slaked lime. It's called cal in Spanish. It's much softer and it's ready to be ground.
This is the key for me, that he grinds it coarsely, adds that wonderful kind of sandy grit. So what you end up with is a tortilla that has so much toothsome quality, unlike a flabby, flaky industrial tortilla that most of us know.
Ya la puedes comenzar aquí, la máquina, y le enseñas cómo echar la agua y el sal. The señoras really know the feel of the masa and the ingredients. We have our traditional press here. This tortilla florales, it's an ancient pre-Columbian type tortilla. The indigenous Mesoamericans actually used to take flower petals and grind them in gourds and add water and make natural floral dyes. And they used to make beautiful impressions and designs right on top of the tortillas. And the first time I saw this when I was in Mexico, it just looked like such fine art. The everyday tortilla all of a sudden was raised to nourishing, colorful, artistic impressions. The petals do cook, and depending on what flours we use, they do impart flavor into the masa.
Some people might say, oh, this is taking the tortilla to a kind of hoity-toity place. And I think there's something inherently beautiful about taking a food that is so emblematic of survival and elevating it.
We serve the tortillas florales with Indian butter. Indian butter is pureed avocado with garlic and lemon and lime.
The first thing I notice is the grit. It just feels completely different than a regular, even homemade tortilla. It doesn't crumble, it doesn't powder, it's almost like a piece of fabric. Wow. It's just a perfect balance of sweetness and that funk, that like bottom of earthiness that you get from corn that's been charred. The tortilla would appear to be so absolutely simple, but when simple things are done perfectly, you have a different experience.